Our internet works this time. Right? What up, my G Spotters? Welcome to another live episode of Courtney and G Spot. Here we are on a Sunday, 8 o'clock. You guys should know this by now because you should be subscribed to our channel. You should get that thumbs up and you should get that, what was that other button? That little dinger bell? Yeah, that one right there. Did you hear that? The one that reminds you that we are here because we're here for you. We do this show. We come together as a community. We're trying to balance the world as one. And as we do this, we have a lot of things to talk about. As you can tell from the title of the show, you're the problem. If you are offended by this, then you're obviously the problem. If you're not offended by this, well, then you're good. Then you should already know that there's no problem because you get it. So welcome to our show. We're going to go live and always, every Sunday, we're always live. We talk about whatever. We engage with our audience who is stacked tonight. Look at all these people here. We have so many people waiting to hear our words of wisdom and speak on it. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency. We're going to talk about dumb shit. We're going to talk about foreign countries. We might even get into some boobies. You never know, because there's always something that's going to happen on our show. And like always, my co-host, DC, what's up, bro?
What is going on, you lovely, lovely people? I hope you are having a great week. I hope it went better than mine. You're right. I definitely should still be listening to hear myself in the back, see if I sound good. I think I'm okay. I don't sound as far away as I thought I would. I could scoot closer.
If you need to. If you need to. We have obviously new equipment in the studio. You see this new fantastic piece of equipment. Is it better?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a lot better. I just need to get a set of earphones so I can...
Headphones? Because do a whole real producer thing.
Well, we're going to get there when we get the mixer board.
He's got this whole...
We're going to get stimulated again, and we can upgrade again. And
well, I have two priorities before anything, but yes.
Yes. Yeah, we've definitely talked about that in real life. But
yeah.
Anyways, I wanted to start with prayers for Pickles. I sent you a photo of the situation over there.
Oh, you did?
You wanted to go ahead and flash it to the community real quick. So
poor Pickles.
Get some prayers for Pickles.
Prayers for Pickles. This is my Pickles. He is not doing too well. We believe. I don't know if it's even going to focus. Because of the background.
Studio guy, come on, cut the light real quick. There we go. Let's see.
Pickles.
Anyways, just understand that's a cat on a pillow.
Yeah, he's laying out on a pillow.
He's hurt doing cat things.
And I believe he got ran over on the back a little bit. So he is not doing. He's cool. He's walking funny. Whatever, you get it. There he is.
Yeah, Pickles.
A little bit Tylenol, and he is just chilling. So he's not complaining anymore. So prayers for Pickles. We're gonna get him back to where he can't jump up in my lap this week. So we'll get him back to.
Can you imagine the assaults he's gonna do when he can actually jump in your lap again?
Oh, he's gonna be all lovely.
His mouth is just not gonna belong to you anymore.
That first night when I came home, when he was yelling, I brought him. I bathed him because he was dirty and he was little blood on his leg. And then I just held him in a towel for like an hour, and he just laid there and fell asleep like a little baby. I just laid there with Pickles to make sure he was taken care of. But that's what you got to do, I guess. You know,
cats, man.
Nurture your children's.
It always happens. Something always crazy happens.
And obviously, I do that for my cat. Imagine what I do for my kid. But again, Randy, we see you out there. Appreciate the good vibes for the Pickles. We need to make sure.
Tell Colin I hope he dies one time just because he didn't show up to. Hopefully, one of those thumbs ups is him, and he's watching in the background. But
I don't think so. One of them is me.
I hope somebody 360 no scopes him in the face.
Damn, harsh words straight off the gate for one of our normal people.
Yeah,
our everydays.
Where is
the
usual? Where
usual?
you at, man? What video game? It better be Call of Duty.
Is that better than us?
I mean, I'd still have you on in the background, but
C on D. Yeah. You guys, all right. So,
who's the problem?
Man, you're such the problem. And again, if you feel offended by that, me saying that, you are the problem. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about you. You know what I mean. And here's what we're trying to figure out. before the show, I asked this question.
We haven't figured this out yet.
We haven't figured this out. Randy, maybe you can help us with this because you were here.
Hold on. Pause the show.
Wait, pause.
What does coming mean? I've been terribly sick with food poisoning this week, and I've only seen minimal updates.
Is it like coming home?
Really?
Yeah. Woo-woo. Mordecai. He'll be our newest member of the crew. He's we've been watching his progress
in the background
for several episodes, several weeks now. Randy and Colin's newborn baby boy was a little early, but he's coming home.
Well, that's
Saturday.
That's much better than April, isn't it? Yeah, much better than April. Last I saw it said April. Hey, Colin.
Thumbs up in the crowd for the Morty. Oh,
hey, we got movement out of the pickles.
Oh,
Let's
look
see
at
what
him.
he does.
See what he's trying to do?
I'll get the door if he goes for it.
I don't know what he's trying to do. Are you thirsty?
He might be.
Oh.
Nice. We tried. He tried.
Oh, he's trying to stand up.
He went for a stretch, but he's going to sit. He's just going to sit. Here, let me get this.
I don't know. Poor guy. I don't know. My cat, man. Colin, we update with my cat. We think got a little squished by a vehicle. I think he might have been laying out in the wrong. And I'm cringing. It's kind of like silent right now. I'm watching him. He's shifting his.
Like he's legit. You know, it's an animal, making sure he's as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, he's not bleeding or screaming or
nothing. We want
nothing.
to get it for him, but he's okay. He's fine. Here, you want to? Let's get a picture of him
As he's standing up.
as he chills. Hey, Mr. Pickles. What's up, buddy?
Mr. Pickles, there you are, buddy. Yeah.
He's not dead. He's okay.
He's good. He's trying to get comfortable. Does he need help laying down?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he wants to just sit for now.
Maybe.
Try to lick a spot or something.
Oh,
he wanted to. So bad.
He's trying.
You want me to scratch your face?
See how his back's raised like that? I don't think he's tired to land on his left side. Pickles, standing up, trying to stand up, doing what he does. Does he want to lay on here? I'm gonna see if I can. Real quick. I'm just gonna. Sorry.
Pause the show.
Pause the show.
Pause the show for cat comfort.
I'm gonna try to adjust him a little bit.
He fully picked him up. I wouldn't touch him.
How's that, buddy? We'll get on the other side. Is that better? Is that better? Okay. Sorry, guys.
He's thinking about it.
I had to lay my cat down. I had to switch. He was laying on his left side for so long.
You know, you got to roll the patient.
Yeah, roll the patient. You don't want to get those bed sores and bed, whatever.
Right.
Anyway, okay. The question.
What is going on?
The question about this problem. Everybody knows the problem that's going around the social media right now with all this, what they're calling cancel culture is what they're calling it, where everybody's getting mad about whatever. But my question is, where are these people, these groups that are, or whatever, individuals that are getting mad about these things? All I see is the cancellations. It's just Mr. Potato Head is no longer Mr. Potato Head. Dr. Seuss can't say weebles and wobbles anymore or whatever. Peter Pan and the Native American scene has been reduced to a disclaimer before the movie for children above 7 on the Disney Channel. All these weird things are happening. But even during the riots, you knew, that was Antifa or whatever, or during the protests, Black Lives Matter. Okay, there was a group, an organization that was behind these things. Who's behind? Okay, here we go.
I'm reading this article
live
about what really kind of happened, and I don't understand what they mean by the use of this word, but I'll read the whole paragraph that it's in so you can get the context.
Okay, here we go. We're going to get a live feed read. DC and his professionalism.
Mustache hair.
I had to clear my throat.
This week, I learned from a different kind of liberalism. Message. This week, I learned from a different kind of liberalism that only easily triggered rubes care when offensive books are made to disappear. It was mildly creepy to hear that the custodians of the Theodore's Geisel estate, Dr. Seuss's Enterprises, consulted with a panel of the experts and decided to cease publishing 6 Dr. Seuss titles because they portrayed people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. But it was much creepier that so few people notionally, in the free expression business, so few liberal journalists and critiques seem troubled by the move.
So they're saying the higher-ups in the organization of Dr. got together, found their own books to be questionable in their manner towards other cultures, and then did that amongst themselves. And the upheaval of anger did not come from anybody in the book industry. It was only from the people. Is that what I gathered from that?
I mean, it is basically saying that, yeah, somewhere internally, it seemed that people were just brought it to their attention.
Hey,
this may be offensive to some people in this day and age, and they were like, yeah, let's go ahead and cut it. But
so there was no original group of people. So when that happened, is that when Mattel was like, oh crap, Mr. Potato Head, all these years, speaks from the Wang side, and we got to get rid of the Thang side, which, again, it's a potato. It doesn't have genitals, so it doesn't have a sexual identity.
See, but I think that's where the argument is they're like, since it's not, the biggest argument is if you have a Wang, you're a dude. If you have a Wong, whatever you want to call it, a Wok. If you have a Wok, you're a chick. But
chicken Wok.
So since neither one, they should be freely associated with whatever.
But there's
so if the boy wants to play with it, it's a Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
And if the girl wants to, but that's fine. They make Mr. and Mrs. Potato
They
Head.
do. They make both of them. So again,
buy your associated potato head.
Buy both of them. And you know what you could do? Take the little hat girly thing off one, put it on the dude, and take the little mustache thing off the other one, put it on the chick, and now you have transgender potatoes. Now everybody's happy. What the crap is going on? Like, when my son asks to play with pink stuff, I don't freak out and call him a fairy or anything like that. It's a color. Why do people have to? That's the problem. That's why I said to him, it's these people that have these horrible eyes that see hate in everything, that can't handle these things, and that creates this padded room to put around everyone, and because they can't handle their own racism. And they try to put everyone else in the same box, and we're not. Nobody else looks at these things like this. I didn't grow up feeling hate towards anybody because of Peter Pan or Dr. Seuss. In fact, I really feel Dr. Seuss had more equality inside the words itself and the message than anything. I mean, even like Arthur and the Berenstain Bears had more segregation than Dr. Seuss. I mean, at the end of every Dr. Seuss story, it was how he found his heart or whatever, and it grew 10 times the size. Ugh. Colin says he identifies as a tree.
I've always liked to think of myself as a wolf.
So what style of wood are you? Are you a cedar, maple, a pine?
Good question.
Do you identify as bamboo, perhaps? Maybe a, what's the little guys?
Alaskan gray, by the way.
Alaskan gray. Is that what your wolf is?
Yeah, that's what a wolf is.
That's what your wolf is. You know what I'm offended by? People that are offended by the shit that I'm not offended by.
And I pray to pizza. Like, that's...
Yeah, the pizza gods?
The pizza gods.
Yeah. The theme song you sing when you walk into church is
how I got there before anybody gets truly offended.
Yeah, I could see Terry as a Viking.
I could see that.
Yeah,
so
Terry's a Viking.
Back in the day, as I became...
Whiter?
No.
Oh.
Sure.
This dude's a trifecta, by the way.
Yeah. Mexican,
raised by white people.
White people and a full Mexican, and visit Mexico annually.
But he doesn't speak Spanish.
And I do not speak Spanish, and my last name is Castro.
Do you make tacos?
Yes. Badass tacos.
At least you got one stereotype right.
Yep. Yeah, I can cook overall, actually, pretty good.
You just make the lady do it?
Yeah.
White slaves, I get it.
Yeah, I gotta turn it around, man.
We're gonna piss some people off tonight.
Let's do it. Again, it's your fault.
It is your fault. You open the floodgate. Eminem, do you hear what they're trying to do with him? They're trying to shut him up. This dude has been ripping people apart for over 2 decades. There's not an amount of duct tape on the planet you could wrap around this dude's face to silence him. his asshole will start speaking in rhyme. That's how much he's going to blow your stupid little cancer culture.
Bad facts.
I bet, yeah,
I seen a video about that the other day. They're like, "You really gonna try to cancel Eminem?" You remember when the government tried to cancel Eminem?
Yeah.
And they couldn't even do that. So what are you gonna do?
No. Yeah, you're like, again, we keep saying
I believe the government actually tried to cancel Eminem multiple times. Multiple times. They're like, "You want to cancel the guy who made a whole record basically about murdering his baby mama?"
Yeah.
And the album cover was him standing with his daughter next to the grave he dug for his murdered baby mama that he's just gonna murder throughout this record.
Yeah, that's all I saw. That's all I saw whenever I saw the post about the thing, and that's all I put in the comments. I'm like, so
nobody remembers Kim, right? Nobody?
Bitch, you did me so wrong. I don't want to go on. Like, come on, guys. And he's even calmed his act down. What they're gonna do? They're gonna re-piss him off. And he's
already pissed off.
He's just gonna re-murder like people like MGK. Which
he was sitting there running on his Nord track, like he does.
Growing the beard.
Watching these people, he's like, "Oh, Mr. Potato Head." They're like, "Now Eminem." He's like, "What?"
Yeah. No, yeah. What you say his name?
Excuse me.
Like, and that's like, yeah, that's just so funny. Even Tom McDonald's is ripping you people apart, and he's Canadian. Which we were speaking on that earlier.
Yeah, we were.
How awesome.
So legit.
They've just been this really cool top floor loft apartment that's just watching the chaos on the ground. Just like, you guys are messed up, eh? Just chilling and on the top. Just watching all the fools chase each other's tails. How many years do you think it's going to until like the Empire of America like switches gears into... The Roman Empire, isn't that the only other one that lasted anywhere near as long? Or the Ottoman Empire, they were all about furniture or whatever.
I think that's racist.
That's a word. Don't call them Ottomans. You don't want me to say Ottoman Empire. How's that racist? That has nothing with the race. I don't know.
I just assume their daily actions based on their geographical.
I don't know what Ottawa is. Is that a country? Is that a Ottawians?
Now you're.
I speak Ottawanese.
Are you countryside shaming? Are you countryside shaming right now?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you're shaming their countryside.
So can we say that America is the greatest country in the world anymore? Because remember when that was
shaming every other country,
right? So remember that was like a whole thing a few years ago. Should we tar and feather all the past presidents for talking about this is the greatest country in the world? Oh,
was Trump trying to take over the world when he said "Make America Great Again"?
We can't say that because that makes other
greater
countries.
than everybody else.
We have to be.
We have to get rid of our technology because some parts of Africa don't have it, even though they don't want it. It's not because they don't have it and they want it.
Yeah, South America.
It's just because they don't have it, and we can't be that much more accelerated than them.
Yeah, South America. They don't even like. There's countries they don't want nothing.
Nothing.
We got bamboo and coconuts. We're cool.
Yeah. They're like our goats and our mountains and
flowing rivers of peacefulness. They're happier than we'll ever be.
Right. So happy. They wake up every day. They do their little tasks, and they live their lives with their family.
Palm fronds and
their beautiful mountains and their amazing goats
hanging
and their
out with
awesome river water.
Orangutans hanging out with monkeys all day.
Oh, dude, what are we doing?
We're worried about our tweets and what sex fucking potatoes are. That's what we're doing. Stupid fucking people. God.
Yeah, now I understand why Elon wants to go to bars. He just wants to get away from these people.
He's like, this
is. If anybody else feels the same, just come on.
All these years, I was talking like I felt like.
Are we gonna get rid of those people, or are we gonna stay? Are we gonna go?
Well, he's just gonna take the smart few and re-branch Martians. Create a whole industry of smart people. And
I mean, you can't.
This is gonna end up being that. What's that movie where everybody's put on the island and they just fight?
Hunger Games.
Yeah, essentially any of those like post-apocalyptic. Hey, wait for us! Your IQ's too low. Shit.
Dang. Hey, but then that's intelligence shaming. He can't do that.
It doesn't matter. He belongs to Mars now. The shame bubble of Earth is popped once you leave the atmosphere. Hey, did you see the thing about the orbital hotel in 2027 that's going to be open?
Yeah.
It's supposed
I
to
didn't
be
get
a
to read
space
into it or
hotel.
anything, but death tax.
What?
We've been talking about what happened here with the whole Mr. Potato Head and stuff like that. So apparently there's this conference every year amongst conservative groups and stuff like that. So I guess they get together and talk about shit. And one of the things in the conference, or a couple of things.
I'm more conservative than you. No.
I'm going to cancel Mr. Potato Head.
No, you aren't.
No, I'll cancel Mr. Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure Disney can't show certain things to young children.
That's what happened.
That is what happened.
That's what happened.
These just
That's what happened.
What toys can we destroy this year? Nerf guns look like a penis. Maybe we could try to get rid of those. God. I don't understand. I just don't get it anymore.
I cannot with society. I cannot.
What were you saying? A second ago? Something about a thing?
Oh, man. What were we talking about? I don't remember.
The conservatives.
Yeah, but it was
But it was right before that because you said they meet every year and they do what? Was that just...
They talk about stuff.
Yeah.
But we were talking about something before that.
I don't know.
The lovely people in the mountains with their goats and their lovely spring water and their cocoa leaves.
Man, I saw that. Was that Switzerland? They just got the most beautiful water up there because it's straight off the Alps.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm so gonna buy another country. 2027. That was at the hotel. By 2027, I'll have enough money to go to a space hotel.
Let's see how much the space hotel is going to cost to go to.
I'll have it. That's 6 years from now.
Oh, yeah.
You kidding me? You don't think pie's not going to explode to over 10,000 by then?
Speaking of that, have we really talked about that?
We haven't talked about pie tonight. I coined a phrase today. Pime rich. Pie, like I'm rich. Pime rich. It's just a thing I did because I'm going to be. Off of pie. Everybody, if you don't know, everybody on my channel already knows, my people are smart. They mine and push that button daily.
What are flat earthers going to do after the hotel opens?
What?
The flat earthers. What are they going to do after the hotel opens? Because there's going to be millions and millions and millions of pictures from this hotel above the earth.
If you think the earth is flat, you don't get to go. You stay here until you can figure out that we have to orbit something. Whenever gravity pulls towards the middle, it doesn't just pull in one direction. It pulls in all of them, you fucking moron.
You know what I figured out, though? What's that I didn't fully understand? Is that our solar system as a whole is also moving through further. Obviously, there's much more space.
Yeah, we're expanding.
But we're just moving through space.
Yes.
We're not just sitting here
we're spinning
on a table.
No. We're spinning around the sun, but we're moving around the sun.
Yeah, we're kind of like that ride that spins, that also spins.
That's what because we talked about a few months ago about time travel. So if you time travel, not mathematically speaking, this kind of blew my mind when I read this or heard this or whatever. You'd have to also make sure you could be in a space capsule because when you time travel, say Earth is here and you went back 60 years, the Earth is going to be in a different position in space. So if you time traveled from here, 60 years ago, the Earth was here. So you'd have to have a rocket to travel from your little time travel spot to the Earth because the location of the planet Earth is not in the same location it was 60 years ago. And that's awesome. So, again, and then me and my son keep talking about, he wants to travel to other universes. I said, okay, you need to learn how to bend space. He says, it doesn't make any sense. I said, I know. So as soon as it does make sense, we can travel to other universes. He's going to build a wormhole. Watch. My child is going to be the first guy to build a wormhole. Out of this crap in my house, something like Legos and Hot Wheels or something. Daddy, look. Puts his hand in and pulls out some alien creature.
He would too, though. I was just telling him earlier. I was like, your kid's going to be a genius. It's like a movie at this point. Just sit back and watch it because it's going to be amazing. It's going to be the most riveting movie you've ever seen in your whole life.
It still scares me. I'm not doing stuff right. It's the same good parent stuff where you doubt your own qualities.
Yeah. You have to as a parent. If you're not sitting there thinking that you're the worst thing ever and nothing's going right.
Like I have to homeschool him. I'm not a teacher and I suck. But I mean, he has the stuff he watches on TV, or not TV, but on the. I can watch a social studies video and he has to answer some questions. And I interact with him on quite a few things, but I'm not a teacher. So I don't ever feel like I'm doing good enough.
You just got to do what you can, man. There's no.
Yeah.
I think that's why there's never been a book written, because there's no real true answer to the whole situation of
Parenting.
what is right and what is wrong. Well, we know what's wrong.
What goes wrong?
They shouldn't become serial killers.
Yeah.
I think everybody universally doesn't want their kid to become
That's a
serial
pretty
killer.
easy guideline to follow.
So I think as long as that's not what happens.
Unless you train them for that or they're chemically imbalanced, there should be no reason they turn out to be serial killers.
Well, and actually, I mean, it's pretty universally, unofficially agreed that a person is going to be a serial killer from the moment they're born. If they're going to be a serial killer, there's nothing that the environment, because you can get terrible people from great environments and great people from terrible environments. You know?
Yeah, I know the worst things have happened to some pretty good people that could have turned out. Then I know the best things that happened to some pretty bad people. Yeah. It is kind of a weird flip of the coin.
So,
you're in control, essentially, of yourself.
I mean,
for the most part.
I don't think it's unlimited, okay? Because obviously, if you think about people in multiple universes and stuff like that, if everybody had an infinite amount of universes, I don't think there's any way that the computer simulation that we live in could keep up with all that. So it can't be that. I feel like it's kind of like the video games, the early video games that gave you multiple storylines. Like in reality,
so we still in beta mode?
I mean, yeah, there's still glitches in the Matrix.
Absolutely.
So I think that's all deja vu is a glitch in the Matrix. It's like, you know, when animators kind of use the same drawings and animations for different stuff, they just change it a little bit. I think it's just like the computer going, oh shit, what combination do we show them today?
But
just
what happens if
make that tree purple?
We never fully function right and they end up pushing Control Delete.
I think that's when you jump off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Hopefully you'll land in a nice space.
I think that's what happens. You just literally get the plug pulled on you. I feel like you become too self-aware. It's like the AI. We become too self-aware, and they're like, "Nah, we can't do that." So I think it's just somebody up there is just playing a finite balancing act. Where like the ultimate Sims game, where they're just like, computer, or I don't want a reset button. I want a real experiment.
Just see how it plays out.
Here we are with Mr. Biggs.
He's over there like, I think they know too much. It's really the cats. The
cats are the watchers. Yes,
they're the actual watchers of the people. They're the ones reporting.
I mean, think about it. How many? Even if you don't own a cat, you see a cat on a daily basis.
And the more superstitious you are, the more you observe these cats who are observing you.
What are we gonna do? Help us.
Do we have to get rid of cats?
I mean, but think about it. What is owning a cat besides mostly being enslaved by said cat?
Yeah, you don't really own the cat. You kind of just live with a cat. And are those things still hungry? They're just fed at 6 o'clock, man. My fish
are always hungry. Look how fat they are. You cannot feed them for like a week and they'd be fine.
They just sit in the corner and try to eat the corner all day.
Sometimes I force myself not to feed my fish to remind myself that they will be fine.
Yeah.
You can skip a few days.
Look at them.
Luckily, because again, I was terribly sick this week, and like on Thursday morning, I was like, oh, you know what? You guys might want me to like MJ some food in there for you or something.
They didn't feed your fish for 3 days.
Yeah, they're just like,
I just didn't want to get you guys sick.
Yeah, right? You don't want to catch this. What if my food poisoning transferred from my fingers to your fish flakes?
We have such a large crowd tonight.
Oh, so big.
So many.
Randy, what are you doing? So what are you doing? So Colin's over there playing video games.
Terry's probably playing video games.
I know one of them's me. Would you just feed them?
We lost several people.
Damn, how cruel.
Colin's still here.
No. You can't, Colin. It's just like
it's giving into temptation.
Yeah, and then they're gonna bait you even more, and then you're gonna feel like an even bigger J-hole, and you're just gonna end up feeding them way too much. You can't feed fish like not enough. Like you would literally have to just stop feeding them for months, and I still don't like feed some fish like what they should be eating. And I don't know where they find this other food, but
they probably
see them and they're fat.
Eating each
like,
other. He's the fish whisperer.
Kinda.
The fish whisperer.
I like fish.
He likes the fish.
Safety turtles. Nah, fish are legit.
Yeah.
I did used to have a bunch of tanks, as he just found out. I'm down to one actually active running tank right now.
He's like at a pond.
Yeah, I had a pond.
And it's living
I don't think I could set up a pond. Already starting out the summer a little rocky, I guess. Some kids decided to play with a hose at my apartment complex, and because they can't prove who did it, everybody's responsible. Yay!
Welcome to America. I cannot wait till Pie pops off.
Island. We need an island.
Pie, I'm going to build a compound.
Yes, DRC compound for sure.
I'm so ready.
Compound every once in a while.
I'm so ready. This is just, I'm just so tired of the way this country's going, man. Like, can we just take a halt and step back for real? I thought 2021 was supposed to like branch us off into the norm. You know, at least by the end of the month, the mask mandate.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up to a speed of normal. At least we might not have to wear masks, but now I'm just insinuating the riots that are going to go, yeah, get away from me, you don't have a mask on.
Yeah. Like, how many people, because are the cases still like...
I don't know. I stopped paying attention a long time ago.
Once every other country started being okay, I stopped giving a shit.
Yeah, because I felt like we were just like laying on the ground like...
It's because here in America, masks are now a fashion statement, and they can market it and make millions of dollars off of it. So why not stretch this shit out as long as we can?
Right.
Because they just released the whole...
We spent all this money converting our factories to making masks because that was the hip thing, and we still haven't made our money back.
I'm surprised they didn't tack along a disease with the fidget spinners. Like, that would have lasted a hell of a lot longer if there would have been some virus inside the marbles that would have... If you got rid of them or didn't buy 5 more, you would all die or some crap, you fake...
Gotta love it. America.
God.
I've been watching...
It's not America anymore. It's America.
America.
We've lost the A. It's USM. The United States of America. Bunch of morons.
I like it. I
want to. I'm trying to teach myself.
See, but as many people as you run into that agree that there's a bunch of morons, how are they running so rampant?
I just
how have we not corralled them yet?
I don't think there are as many as we think. I just think it's because of social media. It looks so vast. So you see one post about a moron. So you shared that. And now Facebook is going to suggest 45 other posts about dumb shit that is there to just piss you off because that's what you're feeding. That's what we're all feeding.
And speaking of that, I think it's also like a pseudo negative where you'll see a post that's dumb and it'll get a lot of attention because it's dumb. And people will come to laugh at it.
Yeah.
But they see the interaction as traffic.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, look, this subject has a lot of traffic. Well, it's a negative subject about us.
Yeah.
So we should change us.
Yeah.
When in reality, they should have just never done that.
Yeah.
And what it ultimately started with, this is what it ultimately started with. I called it a long, long time ago. Again, when I started first understanding, earlier I was going to say when I first started understanding religion, that's when I decided to start praying to pizza. Because I was like, oh, so religion is just kind of whatever you want to believe in? Deal. I pray to pizza. I'm a fucking Alaskan gray wolf.
He's getting the card in the mail.
Deal. But, excuse me, I need a drink. We got distracted by Pickles. He, like, rolled over.
But, no. Yes.
Warning labels.
Warning labels.
That's where I was going with that. When the lady successfully sued McDonald's over
For the hot coffee,
I was like, we are fucking doomed.
Yeah.
If somebody can get sued for somebody else dropping it because like how she won is I don't know how they deemed it inappropriate for the coffee to be that hot, but it shouldn't have been that hot, and the server dropped it on her as they were exchanging said carrier. The tray was dropped, but other situations, I believe, say she had the cup and like opened it or something and spilled it. But I think
the cup wasn't, the lid wasn't on tight enough.
Yeah, something. There was a few different renditions, but either way.
But once that happened, that was that moment.
I was like, oh god.
That's when they started putting warning labels on everything.
Because
don't put this in your mouth. Don't stick this up your butt. Don't stick this in your friend's eye. Don't shoot your friend in the face with this.
Don't eat laundry detergent.
And I can't imagine what the...
My fish tank page. Hold on. So, this guy, fish get this thing called ick. It's like a fuzzy virus on their body. But they have many different treatments. One is this cheap over-the-counter, like fizzy tab you can get to throw in your tank. Turns your water blue, whatever the stuff's in it, that it makes the stuff die. Well, anyways, this guy must have put a lot in his fish tank or whatever, and then had his arm in the fish tank because he's on the fish tank page. Like, his whole arm, like, it was legit, like, chemical burn, pretty fucked up. He was peeling and stuff. But he was like, oh, man, you guys got to know that this product from Walmart, like, hurt me, and it didn't say that it could hurt me. I'm like,
it doesn't say on there anything at all about burning.
I know, it legitimately doesn't say anything about, like,
but he's
don't expose yourself.
But
obviously it says don't eat, drink, whatever, blah, blah, but it does not say that you may be at risk for chemical burns.
He kept his entire arm in the tank?
Well, I don't know, but again, people can be allergic to bleach, you know, so if they're in the room with the fumes, they can start breaking out, let alone if they get it on them. So if this man just happens to be allergic to said chemical that's in the product and now has chemical burns but again, how long the water, I don't understand how that works.
Yeah. Because
I've treated for ick many of times and I've gotten the stuff on me and my hands didn't explode. Like this dude's arm was really messed up. I give it to the picture, like he was really messed up. But somebody in the comments was like, "Oh my God, you should sue."
That's the American way.
Oh dear God, no!
Let's sue somebody because I am allergic to something.
That's what I said. I was like, "Man uses chemicals in fish tank, sticks hand in fish tank, gets chemical burns." I was hurt.
It's like the coffee thing. Yeah, I can't imagine what it would have been like on the internet back in the day if that coffee thing would have been was tweetable.
Oh,
because that was before the internet. Well, I mean, it was.
See what history officially has to say about that.
Wasn't fully before the 100% internet, but before all the massive chodes got a hold of the internet. So again, we can get rid of Dr. Seuss. We can take out Aunt Jemima and Mr. Potato Head and all these other cartoons. But TikTok is still allowed.
$3 million.
That's why you're the problem.
$3 million for that hot coffee, by the way. So in this version, it was the one where she spilled it on herself.
Who in the fucking planet doesn't know that coffee comes hot? Unless it's called cold coffee.
Right.
If it's coffee, it's hot. If it's cold coffee, it's not hot. Ignorance. McDonald's allowed ignorance. That judge should have been like, no, you're dumb. It's hot. Don't do it again. Next case. And right there could have changed the entire face of humanity.
So here's the ways it went down. Basically, it's kept near 200 degrees. Coffee at that temperature will definitely hurt you.
Of course.
It says
We all know that.
the chairman of the Department of Mechanical Engineering and Biometrical Engineering at the University of Texas,
Jesus Christ,
testified that the risk
coffee's hot. Y'all think coffee's hot?
That this risk of harm is unacceptable. And McDonald's had admitted, which I'm sure what had happened is they went in there and said, has any of your employees ever been burned by your coffee? And they said, yes. And they said, see, they knew. But anyways.
Of course they know because it's fucking coffee.
And an expert witness from the company testified that numbers of burns, again, what I just said, was insignificant compared to the billions of cups of coffee that companies serve each year. So somebody basically said, like, yeah, some people get burned, but it's coffee. At least one juror later told the Wall Street Journal that she thought the company wasn't taking the injuries seriously.
She thought the company, do you hear that word? That key word right there? Their emotions weren't in check, weren't being taken care of. They were sad.
Okay. Oh my God.
There it was right there.
McDonald's quality assurance manager testified that McDonald's coffee at that temperature at which it was poured into styrofoam cups was not fit for consumption because it would burn the mouth and throat. Let me tell you, sonnies, I used to go to my uncle, he used to race at work at a racetrack, and we'd go there every weekend when they'd hold the races. And my favorite goddamn thing to get from that fucking racetrack was a styrofoam cup full of hot chocolate. And I cannot tell you how many times I would take that first sip, and you bet I could not taste anything for 3 days.
Nope.
3 days. Did I sue anybody? No. I let my coffee cool, or my hot chocolate cool down, and I finished it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, you blow on it, you take another sip, and it still burns. Then you blow on it, and you add some marshmallows, and it still burns. You know
eventually it cools down, and you gulp it.
Yeah. You know what you do with coffee? You don't immediately take it straight out the pot and pour it on your fucking face, because then you're gonna get burned. You know how when you get into a shower, you don't just turn that knob all the way to the left and then just jump into it, right? You kind of.
Hey, you just assume that people have hot water. That's not treating people that can't have hot water fair.
Indigenous countries that don't have running water. Am I segregating the unhot watered?
Yeah, that's hot water racist.
I'm just not going to talk anymore. I heard stand-up.
I've seen so many things.
Stand-up comedians. People.
So many things. That's basically what they said. They're just that's insensitive. Basically, it's insensitive.
Well, you're a stupid idiot. I think you're insensitive to my feelings. How about that? I feel this way, and you're insensitive to the way I feel. So if you don't like the way I feel about the way I feel, don't pay attention to me and go feel the way you feel in your little corner. Look, I'm cool with that. Ain't bother me none. I ain't going to sue you about it because I'm not a whiny little bitch. I can't imagine what the president's going to be like in like 20 years. Hey guys, I want to need everybody to... I picture this, like at the UN meetings or whatever. It's like, okay, I know everybody's from a different culture, but I need everybody to be sensitive. So everybody needs to be sensitive to my needs. Hey, look, we're being unstable right now.
Oh.
Bring it.
Let's go.
Are they crying right now because I'm making fun of them? I hope they are. Man, you know how many times I got made losing signal right at this moment.
No. He did it. He's here. The man's coming to tell us.
Are they fucking with my signal right now? Right when I start making fun of these sissies again?
Yep. It's going down for real.
Excuse me. I just don't understand. My whole life,
It got too real.
I was made fun of. You just got over it. You just got over it. You know what some people do? They go like work out or get a hobby.
Most people got made fun of as anybody that grew up pre-95 in middle school or better.
Yeah. That was just a thing.
Because if you weren't the popular kid, you got picked on.
Yeah.
And guess what? There's only like 10 top spots.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And
in my school, there was like 2,300 kids. So there's
and that was all
22 and a half unpopular kids.
Was that all four high school grades? All 2,300? All four?
Yeah, that's all four.
Oh.
Yeah,
like ours was like 500 maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So my, I think if there were top 10, I only knew about like 5 of them. Because there was like top 10, 5. And then that middle group that was the drug dudes or the whatever, the bullies and all that. Then there was me and a couple
of enough to be top 5, but they still
were so bullies they didn't make it to the bottom level. And because they were bigger.
They could swim better.
They were just bigger and dumb.
Yeah.
And then you got me at the bottom level where I was sort of smart and nobody really paid attention to me.
But smart didn't get you nowhere back in the day. If you were a nerd, you were a nerd.
I sat alone. I had so many lunches. So many. Because you grab your tray and you turn around, there's like 18 tables and they're all full with their friends. You find that one that's okay. And there's
maybe I could sit on the end of that one that's got the 3 kids. It's like there's enough space on the end.
And nobody will talk to me over there. I'll do my math or whatever.
See, luckily for me,
I didn't have a phone to play on. That wasn't a thing.
It was at that point we were in that nice realm of open campus. You know, like you remember that is it a decade, 10 years? That decade where most schools were just like do whatever you wanted at lunchtime. No,
I think it was because our school was so small. I think once we got to once I got to the last 2 years, cities, well, the 2 last grades,
where there
and
may
senior
be,
years,
a bunch of stuff around the school. Like for us, there was like 7-Eleven, Jack in the Box. Burgers, burritos, seafood, multiple gas stations,
tiny school,
food trucks, all kinds of stuff. Like 5 minutes.
Junior, senior year, I went to a vocational. I hated my school so much. I went to a vocational school. So lunchtime, I got on the bus and went somewhere else. Well, that was cool because I did computer stuff.
You say your school was small?
500
in your top 4?
Yeah, top 4 grades.
You know what my top 4 was? 110.
Oof.
Damn.
My graduating class was 24.
Yeah, my graduating class was like 110.
Yeah, my graduating class was 24.
Like 110, 12, yeah.
And
so everybody knew everybody.
If you went off campus, it was a pasture in the middle of the woods.
Damn. Yeah, we couldn't go. Well, I think you could. No, you could even. No, I don't know. We didn't call it a camp. It was a school. Like, I didn't have a car until my junior year. I rode a bus at age 15 to school. And I was too tall, so I hit my head on the entryway. Yes. I wasn't this kind of tall I am now, but I was taller than I should have been at that time, riding a bus. And then I got my car, and I didn't go anywhere. Again, I didn't have many friends. I'd go home and I'd work on my car. In fact, most of my high school career, I worked a job of some sort. At the end of the thing, I would work. So
I should have just did something in like social economics or something because I was so into watching people in school times. Like that was me, because as you said, you'd sit alone. Like that's what I'd do. I'd go find me a nice quiet spot to sit alone, and I'd literally just watch everybody. That was my entertainment for 30 to 45 minutes because we got like longer lunches and stuff like that. If you ain't got nobody to hang out with, that's a pretty long, sad, boring time.
Yeah,
so I took up people watching.
Yeah. I just would duck because if I stuck my head up, someone would slap the back of my head.
Oh, and as terrible as that all sounds, Look, we're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. By the way, I don't need to sue anybody.
Yeah, we didn't
Don't
sue
stop.
anybody.
I'm not having emotional breakdowns.
I didn't try to jump off the bridge.
What happened was I got out of high school and realized that people actually liked me for me and became a human being. And because you know what? Because high school was all about just judgments and cliques and whatever. That's where you find out who you are.
Yeah, and you don't think, or you can't. It's not your fault. They can't literally fathom
Outside
anything else because that's all they've ever known.
So every single comment counts as something on their emotional chalkboard.
Yeah, they don't understand that this is literally going to be like 2 seconds
nothing.
of your life.
You know how many people I talked to from high school?
Yep.
Zero.
Big fat zero.
These people I talked to around here, I didn't go to high school with. The ones I hang out with now and have my plans for the future.
Shit,
I didn't go to high school with.
2,200 miles away from home, and not because I hated the people. It's just how my life turned out.
Right.
I don't see any of those people. None of those people are a factor in my life at all.
Now, this generation will see more because they're all connected on the social media. I get it once you branch out, but you're not going to actually daily face-to-face communicate with 98 to 99% of these people.
They're not shoving you into the locker anymore.
Ever again.
They're not tripping you. They're not pulling your pants down.
Yeah. And most
they're not making fun of your mama.
Those people just turn out to be pieces of shit anyway because they're pieces of shit because their parents are pieces of shit.
Those people are going to just be terrible. They're not going to make it anywhere in life. Even if they become successful, they're never going to be happy. So just know that.
Yeah, don't let that.
Most of the time they become overweight.
Yeah. You see the pictures now on Facebook where they're just like.
Who do you think Elon Musk was? Do you think Elon Musk was popular?
That dude was the nerdy.
Do you think he was well liked?
I saw that
video.
video.
Do you think anybody understood him?
Did
you think he basically got treated like a black kid in the middle of Louisiana in elementary school?
Right. He said he thought he was insane at age 6.
Yeah.
And he stayed away from people.
Because nobody understood him. Because he talked to people
understand.
and they'd be like, dude, what?
And at age 20, whatever, he sold PayPal for X millions of dollars. And then instead of using that money to do dumb shit and buy jewelry and cars, he reinvested every dime of that into another company, which made him millions of dollars. And he reinvested. What?
That thing about the electric cars that drive themselves.
Tesla?
That guy.
Well, that was the third company. There was something between PayPal and Tesla.
Didn't he start Amazon or some shit like that?
No, that's Bezos.
Oh yeah.
That's the other.
He wasn't involved in that. He wasn't chilling in the pool when it happened.
It really adds if I was in the top 10 of the richest people on the planet, I wouldn't be giving.
I was in the top 100.
I wouldn't care if anybody was above me. They're not really competing.
The top 1,000.
There's no way that Elon and Bezos really give a crap who's number 1.
I'll take my
that wouldn't make
Gran Turismo. I like to get in the top 2,500. If I can get in the top 2,500 of fastest times on a racetrack, I'm happy. I'm good.
The top 40 under 40.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
X.com, which later became PayPal in 1999.
Yeah.
SpaceX in 2002.
SpaceX, yeah.
And Tesla Motors in 2002.
That's right. He did do the whole space thing first
Yeah.
because that was when NASA was shutting down. And he's like, hey, I'm really rich and I like space stuff.
And they're like,
can I play with your stuff?
No.
And he says, okay, well, I'll do it myself. And you know how many people turned him down about Tesla too? And the electric cars?
He's like, all right, I'll do it myself.
I'll do it myself.
Tesla was 2003, bro. You didn't even start seeing them pop up till what?
He's the epitome of
I'll do it myself.
I'll do it myself. That song. Who is it? Say it.
Russ.
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 I'll do it myself.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
Nah.
Russell.
What do you mean not? No.
Yeah, old Russell.
Is that his full name? So I know there's so many people in the audience tonight paying attention. I hope our connection was better. We did get that glitch right in the middle when I started talking about the whiny bitches, but
yeah, I think somebody up in the office got a little offended, but it obviously happens. That's why we're here. That's the title of the show. It's what we've been talking about. Pay attention.
A yellow button?
A yellow button.
So the red button kills the feed. So is the yellow button I can just fuck up?
He's just got a spam button. He's
just
like
glitchy.
Glitch.
I don't know how this. I want to make my own apps. I want to make everything. I want to just create the whole I want to make one of everything.
Right. Just be like a baby Elon.
Baby Lon.
Baby Long.
Baby Lon.
Ain't that like Baby Long? Palm Rich.
Hey, get you some pie.
Get you that pie. I know.
Don't listen to the haters, because at this point there's so much good stuff coming out that they have to start shutting up now.
Everything out. There's just so much coming out of this.
It's kind of like when
pie's
Mahomes
not really
started.
a scam anymore.
It's kind of like when Mahomes started, and everybody's like, "Oh, dude, it's gonna be the next best thing," and they're like,
Yeah, right.
And literally a season and a half later, they couldn't say nothing else anymore.
See how many Super Bowls you've been to? 3, 2 now, and made it to the final championship 3 times in his first 4 years. Mahomes is the pie of the football world.
Except he's already main netted, I think.
Yes, he is way main net. 1 week, man. Pie Day's in 1 week, guys. We're gonna do a live show on Pie Day next Sunday. Will be Pie Day.
Oh, it's Sunday, yeah.
So join us for the live show. We're gonna push that all week. I'm gonna set that up. Actually, we'll probably set it up a day early. I'm gonna do a 24-hour in advance knowledge about Pie Day and probably spread that, because we're gonna talk live about any news that has happened. Because remember, even if they announce mainnet, it doesn't mean that's the day it's gonna get the price. What we're feeling is we're all gonna get these wallets starting to come up. They're gonna announce mainnet or phase 3 on Pie Day, and it'll just slowly seep into the wallets and seep into the test wallets were out. They were doing transactions. They were seamless. They were seconds back and forth transferring Pi. There was actually a video. A guy used Pi on a third-party app on Amazon and purchased with Pi through Amazon. It was through third party, so he purchased an item with Pi. It was a transfer of Pi, but it was on Amazon. There was a video on YouTube about it. You can find it. So we're more legitimate than ever before. I mean, yeah, the most transparent company I've ever seen. Not very communicative. That is the one scratch on their post. They don't have a lot of channels to the people, but with 13 million people, and at least 25% of them are shooting harps all day long at them, trying to get their attention. It's hard to talk to us. So hopefully all this silence is just leading us to the mountaintop, because there's so much going on. So much. And I can't imagine what's going to happen in a year from now. I try not to get too excited about it, because it still feels like it doesn't make any sense. A pipe dream, just like my mom says, pie in the sky. Yeah,
It is.
But this is the most
I'd be so
valid.
I'd be so sad if pie rained from the sky. I don't even like pie.
Cheesecake. That's considered a pie,
Cheesecake's
right?
cool. Yeah, I'll take cheesecake.
It's considered a pie, but it's called cheesecake. But
Can we get some chocolate mousse? I know everybody would think it's shit at first, but they eventually figure out it's chocolate
it'd be
mousse.
so sticky.
Hey, it'd be fun though, right?
Yeah, what?
It's fun until you shower.
Hey, what happened, everybody?
Where'd you go?
I don't know. If you made it this far, you future people, you're amazing. Come back and be a part of the live show. As we transition
subscribe
into the future, we're going to keep adapting.
Join damn conversation.
If you notice, the lighting was screwy, the camera was bad, and we didn't have a very good mic, but we've improved everything.
And one day, we're going to get this guy in 4K.
I'll have to start shaving every day then.
This is going to be like plucking.
Get a professional face person. Let's get laser hair removal. I don't need this. I don't grow a beard. I don't want to grow a beard because I can't. I just want to laser all of it off. Point to it. So I'm not going to use it. The future's not going to grow more. I'm almost 40. Like at this point, this is it. This is reach the limit.
It is what it is.
You guys have been great. Catch us next week on Pi Day. We'll announce it next Saturday. I'll probably put that video out, or at least the post out a day early. And we're going to come up with everything that happens that day. I just hope they announce phase 3. Just let's cross streams into phase 3. Because phase 1 was the first year, phase 2 was last year, phase 3 would be on Pi Day, and mainnet will follow suit. It'll be testnet's done, wallets are operational.
Mainnet's coming quarter 4 of this year. That's what
quarter 3, quarter 4. That's what the Pi team didn't say. Nicholas himself said early this year.
But everything that was supposed to be early this year has gotten pushed back, so I'm not surprised.
But I'm really feeling phase 3 will start on Pi Day, and they'll just with the wallets will be probably coming out which that's the only thing stopping us from getting to the mainnet is the wallet because we have to be able to transfer transactions. So anyway, we'll talk more on that next week, you guys. Remember, the only you need to be is you.
And live it fully every day.
Peace out. We'll see you next week, guys.
Peace.